Tension gripped the National Assembly on Wednesday as tempers flared during the 2026 budget defense session of the Ministry of Works, with Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan repeatedly dashing with the head of the committee over issues concerning Minister of Works Dave Umahi. The heated exchange briefly disrupted proceedings as lawmakers engaged in sharp disagreements while the minister presented details of the ministry's capital expenditure plan for the coming fiscal year. Another drama also unfolded with the senator representing Kogi Central, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, who was clashing with her colleague from Imo North, Senator Patrick Uduaghan, who this was during the Ministry of Steel's budget defense. Patrick Uduaghan is the chairman of the Senate Committee on Steel. Now, during the interactive session, this happened during the interactive session with the Minister of Steel Development. Shuaibu Abubakar Audu, who is the minister, reportedly failed to give Akpoti-Uduaghan the opportunity to engage. No, Shuaibu Abubakar Audu reportedly failed to give Akpoti-Uduaghan the opportunity to engage the minister. Senator Natasha sought Uduaghan's permission to ask what she described as vital questions. However, Uduaghan denied her the opportunity to ask the questions and struck the gavel. Reacting to his actions, Akpoti-Uduaghan accused Uduaghan of disrespecting her and disclosed that the committee had not given enough opportunity to engage the minister. Let's take a look at these videos and we'll come back to share our thoughts.
Contractors will do their job, generate certificate, and they are not paid. It is even working against the government of the day and our party in particular. So I urge you, Honorable Minister, to look in that direction and make sure that contractors are paid. Thank you, and may God bless.
Thank you,
Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Yes, already said it.
Well, sir, the principal officer, please, somebody spoke for 15 minutes, and I was talking for 5 minutes.
You can't shout at me.
I will shout at you. I can preside over this over you.
You can't.
I spoke for 5 minutes.
You cannot.
But somebody spoke for 15 minutes.
I'm also a principal officer.
Don't talk with that, please. I can preside over this sitting.
You can't.
That is the protocol.
No, you can't.
Thank you.
I'm also a principal officer.
You can't say so. You honor me.
You're bootlicking your boss.
For 15 minutes, and I'm talking for 5 minutes.
You're bootlicking.
Don't tell me that, please.
You're bootlicking. You're bootlicking your boss. Yes, you're
I'm picking the facts. I'm picking the facts on the new party.
Please.
Don't shut me down.
Okay, order distinguished.
Sir, do we leave for executive session, sir?
No. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Partial or what? You see, they ask questions. You see, they all ask questions. You are just praising the minister. You should allow us to thank him. Excuse me.
Okay.
Distinguish.
Excuse me. I was elected with 10 times the votes. I came through election. So what do you have with the party? Ruling party what?
Please let's calm off nails, please. Senator Uduaghan, I agree with you. You had the floor and you can use your time. But it's okay. It's okay.
Even when you have the floor, you can't go to bed.
It's okay, leader. It's okay. Senator Uduaghan. Senator Uduaghan. Senator Uduaghan.
You are just a hitman. No, can't do that.
I have the floor, sir.
Please, do you mind if I do so?
Distinguished, let us call it
No, I'd like to, please. It's very important.
When we
please.
come for investigative
No,
hearing,
Honorable
we invite
Minister,
them.
please, I'd like to say
I think,
this.
Mr. Minister...
No, please, do not hit
have-
the gavel. I still have something to say, and I think you should respect me enough. Please don't do that.
I've given you respect.
No, that's
Mr.
not it.
Minister, your
Mr.
time is
Chairman.
up. Thank you.
Then that's fine.
You are
I
to
think you
wait. Don't go
disrespected
with
me
it.
more than enough.
No.
On this, no, you can't do this to me. You can't. You spoke about...
Problem in
Another problem.
problems.
Okay, so there are many areas to look at. Let me start from the back and then work my way up or our way up to the front. But you can head to YouTube. We're streaming live on News Central TV Live and drop your thoughts and reactions to both. So this was the ministry, this was the budget defense.
Yeah.
Let's start with the budget defense for the Minister of Steel. And in the altercation, so a bit of background information. Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan was asking a number of questions to the Minister of Steel because she feels that, or she believes that there's been so much that has been put into the ministry that is not yet yielding results. She accused the minister of them having only seen 3 times since his appointment because it felt like they were only seen at the point of budget presentation. Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, as you all know, has a huge part of her career devoted to Ajaokuta Steel. She has a remarkable...
It's in her state.
Exactly, because her state, she's a senator of Kogi Central, which is a whole state for Ajaokuta Steel, and she's been speaking, advocating for the impact that Ajaokuta Steel will have if it's actually running the way that it should run. Unfortunately, in the most recent months, we can all recall how Ajaokuta Steel, we could see the allocations to Ajaokuta Steel that is moribund. Ajaokuta Steel there had been allocations 2024, 2025, and these allocations is for Ajaokuta Steel that is not running, is for payment of personnel. So what exactly are they allocating money for? She was asking for clarity, and there were a number of questions that were asked. She also talked about the National Iron Ore Management Company, and she said 1 trillion naira had been allocated to the Minister of Solid Minerals, Dele Alake. And if they are allocating 1 trillion naira to Dele Alake, to the Ministry of Solid Minerals, shouldn't iron ore fall under Ministry of Solid Minerals? Yes. Since steel has been separated from...
absolutely.
Exactly, since steel has been separated from solid minerals, iron ore should not be under steel. Iron ore should be with solid minerals, as that gives them a huge budgetary allocation. 1 trillion naira is a lot of money and can do a lot more. So these were some of the key areas that she was raising. But there seemed to be a disagreement. While she was giving some background information, the minister didn't agree with her, said there was a misplacement of facts. She said, look, let's not lie to the Nigerian people. What has been done with the Ministry of Steel? There's nothing been done. That she's written letters to him and, she's not been answered, and that she's just notifying the public and notifying him that going forward, she's going to insist that they meet. I wanted to read a part of his presentation. Minister of Steel Development outlined the ministry's mandate and budget performance, stating that his agencies received 24.143 billion naira in the 2024 appropriation and 9.5 billion naira for personnel, 383 million naira for overhead, and 11.06 billion for capital expenditure. According to him, as of December 31st, 2025, total releases stood at 56.5% of the appropriation, with personnel and overhead fully released, but capital releases at 48.4%. So there's just a lot that's shrouded in, there's not a lot of clarity surrounding what's going on, and she needed to ask hard questions. So that's just a background to what led to that. Unfortunately, the senator who is in charge of the Committee on Steel Development felt that maybe she had had too much time, and
she's probing too hard.
She's probing too hard. She had accused 2 people there of being in-laws. Said, no, please don't come here. Let's not pretend like you don't meet outside here. You are both in-laws. He's married to his daughter. This one is married to this one's daughter. So don't come here and act like you don't have a relationship outside there. So she alleges that they're sort of trying to shield themselves without allowing for proper accountability. But this is what
they owe
checks
Nigerians
and balances should be.
You see,
Nigerians voted in senators to represent their interests. You voted them during the elections. That is why they are the legislative arm. The ministers were appointed by the president to be able to fulfill his mandate. In a way, they are part of the executive. The legislature should be able to checkmate the executive. So if there are questions that need to be answered, the questions should be answered. And it's unfortunate that they are trying to portray Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan as a troublesome person. When a woman tries to be firm, assertive, you make her into a troublemaker. But I want to say how incredibly proud I am of her for standing her ground and asking the questions that Nigerians need to know and want to hear.
This is why Nigerians elected you, to conduct oversight functions, because there's a lot of rot. You are not going to sweep things under the carpet. You come every year during budget defense and we act like everything is all right. No, everything is not all right. You need to account for every naira for taxpayers' hard-earned money. And it's unfortunate that people that are colleagues that are meant to be by our side and protect her also a part of this charade. But it's good that everything is on camera for posterity's sake, and we hope that Nigerians really hold their senators and their representatives accountable. They're not there to socialize, and their number one primary duty is to work in the interest of their constituents and Nigeria as a whole. But let's see what Nigerians are saying about this. Let's head to X and see what Nigerians are saying. Southside says Senator Nwaboye is clearly an example of a power-drunk individual. Every time he trends on social media is for pathetic reasons.
Always for the wrong reasons.
An absolute disgrace, he says. Just a few months ago, he exhibited similar behavior towards the former Minister of Education, Obi Ezekwesili. How did he get here, says Southside. Ifeanyi Chukwu Samuel says Senator Nwaboye should be a garage man collecting money for tickets. There's nothing in him that dignifies him as a senator. And who the hell included him in the Committee of Ministry of Works, where his boss is a minister?
This particular Nwaboye is not fit to be a senator. He's always fighting and being confrontational with his colleagues. Of course, we remember the time when he insulted former Senator Obi Ezekwesili.
Former Minister,
Obi Ezekwesili. Why was Senator Patrick Chiuba Ndubueze reluctant to give his colleague Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan the respect she deserved, allowing her to speak and ask the minister her question instead of cutting her off and hitting the gavel? Mega Mixer asks. And then we have, when you understand criminal elements that's going on in that house, the earlier the better. Any investigation that passes on through Senate will not see sunshine. See how Nigerians feel about senators. You know, so it's why when situations like this occur, it's a bit of a shocker. It's important that if there are questions that need to be asked, that they are asked, and Nigerians see that, you know, everyone is given a chance. And more importantly,
please let Nigerian senators, especially the older ones, they need to pack their patriarchy and ageism on the side. Because if you see Senator Nwaboye's interaction with Senator Natasha, you will know that he's probably just irritated. Like, look at this small girl, this woman. That where I am.
Is it not the same Nwaboye that said it because you think you are the most beautiful? And he said it on this platform.
I think we're even going too far with trying to analyze. Some people already, if you check the comments, I was going through the comments as well. Just like I felt, and I'm sure some people felt the same way. I feel irritated. Irritated for the fact that Nigeria is truly a classist. We have built this classism. It's so bad. Oliver had mentioned a minister who belongs to the executive. You are the legislative. Your job is to scrutinize every 1 naira, because each 1 naira, whether it's 1 naira, belongs to the future of a Nigerian child or every Nigerian. So it is called taxpayers' money. Your job is to scrutinize it. But in the process of scrutinizing, I mean, just like you brought in Natasha's story, she's asking the key questions. If we had brought the minister here, we would ask the minister questions, but guess what? The minister will tell us what we need to know and what we can know. But when it comes to the minister sitting right before members of the Senate, it is not just asking questions that he will tell them what they need to know. It is about scrutinizing the budget. It's sad to also mention that in line with all of this budget defense, that same yesterday, another Senate members had met, and they were even saying that 127 million for a car or cars for the president per one is too small. They should increase it. So let's be honest.
It's almost like
for Nigeria to even see the daylight, everybody's talking about the president. Oh, the governors. Guess what?
No?
All the arms of government, there's problem there. Is it from
all the way from top to bottom?
From top to bottom. And guess who is receiving it at the receiving end?
The president.
The people.
Oh,
the
okay.
people.
I thought you meant
the people, because
they were always
another thing I want to
the
mention
president.
is
you think the Senate
be organized in everything from the airport
Binga.
I mean, just can we have that video up, please?
Binga.
I know there are gentlemen of the press there, but that
they were telling them to put off the camera.
It's filled with security aides of some of these senators, and
I wonder why
it looks so
security aides are
rowdy
there.
and just very.
I wonder why security aides are there. Are they not supposed to be outside?
Just as we wrap up this particular conversation,
I mean, the Senate is secured.
I want to quickly mention, because I was given numbers and I've been able to get the exact numbers, that's regarding the Ajaokuta Steel that caused an issue. The budgetary allocation, 2026 appropriation bill proposed 6.69 billion for Ajaokuta Steel Company Limited. Of that, about 6.04 billion is for personnel expenditures, around 90% of the total, even though the plant remains non-functional. So 2024, 4.4 billion total. 2025, 6.81 billion total, which is allocated to personnel.
Overhead and personnel.
No,
for
personnel
what?
is 6.21 billion. And 2026, 6.69 billion total. This is in a country where ministries are complaining of not getting adequate allocation. So when they then decide to thoroughly question and investigate that,
then
it becomes drama.
some senators are now defending.
And I hope that they know that this is how budget defense should be. When the president brings his budget to the House, every single item should be scrutinized. But no, we will sing on your mandate, we shall stand.
No, but, I mean...
Quick feedback. Let me take comments on YouTube so that we can quickly go to the next one.
Well,
good morning, Mokunye Chukwuemeka. He says, Director of YouTube, Olive, completes you guys on the show. Thank you, Mokunye Chukwuemeka. He says, uncute humans leading us. See how they are disgracing themselves on national TV. Shameful. Someone asked, did someone collect his favorite toy? Clowns. That's Ochodi asking. Mokunye Chukwuemeka says, Ajaokuta Steel has been collecting allocation every year despite not producing anything. Money is looted every year. Melvin Oriawo says, correction please. Majority of the senators were not voted for. They just found their way there representing themselves. Jokers. Ochodi says, but Nigeria is too poor for classism. In response to you, Joe. Since TV, Ms. Johnson said, all these kind of shows are not new to us. Nigeria has been captured in all ministries by this administration and only the citizens can pull themselves out. Hopefully we can get it right this time. And Melvin Oriawo says, this Mweboshi, what's his pedigree? He behaves like a tout not deserving to be in the Senate.
Anyway, let's
but Ajaokuta, it's commonsensical. Just like the refineries, sell them off or shut it down. You can't be paying upwards of 6 billion. So the people they are paying overhead to and salaries, what do they do? Okay, you resume in Ajaokuta Steel today. Olive,
so for
your 9 to 5.
We are very welcome to Ajaokuta Steel. I'll take you on the tour of the facility. This is where we are. Please, let's move on to our next story.
It's smelly. It's smelly.
It's stinking.
So are you saying that all Nigerians are not smart? They are dumb.
Year on year.
Every year.
How many jobs are you saving? How many jobs are you saving if your argument is you don't want to render people unemployed?
And part of the problem again is the lack of continuity in government, because one government is in power, they do one thing, it feels like they're not able to translate to the next.
And the aluminum smelting company of Nigeria too is probably not producing anything, and they're drawing budgets. You know, if we could, the Oronsoye report has highlighted that some ministries and MDAs should be merged together, that the civil services bloated, our overhead costs. We are now borrowing to pay salaries.
This is the same Oronsoye report that
recommended
that there should be a merger, right?
Yeah, many steps to
do you know that this, do you remember that this same Oronsoye report, the government set up a committee to ensure the implementation of Oronsoye report last year.
It will never happen.
It was supposed to be 12 weeks. They were supposed to return in 12 weeks with feedback. Till today, we've not had anything. They set up a committee to implement the results of another committee. And then they will set up a new committee to investigate why this one did not deliver the 12 weeks.
And then they will set up a new committee to review the documents all over. Forget this.
I'm sure Fela would have had a song about committee.
Musicians these days, they're all singing about Valentine's Day and girls and you break my heart.
If they're singing about break your heart,
I really miss Fela, because this time around they will have collected.
Look at this next story now. If you think it is worse, what you've seen now, look at this one. The Nigerian Correctional Service, otherwise known as NCOS or NCS, if you like to call it, has proposed a whopping sum of 14.83 billion naira in its 2026 budget to feed about 91,100 inmates nationwide.
That's massive. Reflecting
growing strain from the high number of awaiting trial prisoners. Controller General Sylvester Nwachukwe, told the House Committee on Reformatory Institutions in Abuja that the allocation based on 1,125 naira per inmate daily is part of a broader 50.4 billion naira recurrent overhead plan. It noted that awaiting trial inmates now constitute 64% of the prison population, with 51,955 awaiting trial. Take note of the figure. 51,955 are awaiting trial, 24,913 have been convicted, and 3,850 in other detention categories as of February 9, 2026. There's some people who are looking for their family members. They've not seen them. They might be there. some wrongful. Anyway, let's leave that. Nwauche emphasized the service's duty to provide adequate nutrition in line with the UN standards, describing feeding as a resource-intensive but vital. Reviewing 2025, in 2025, he actually said that 27.28 billion naira, which is 71.7% of released overhead funds, was spent for inmates, just for meals, leaving 10.75 billion naira in outstanding food liabilities. So who now covered that liability? How did they do it? Well, personnel costs for 2025 totaled 124.31 billion naira, with 90.6% fully released and used for salaries, pensions, and health contributions via the IPIS. Now, operational expenses hit 6.49 billion, covering staff training, vehicle fuel, electricity, security, and facility maintenance. Capital projects lagged with only 3.22 billion naira of 14.5 billion appropriated, released, leaving 11.27 billion unreleased nationwide. Dear Nigerians, here we are again. You know, sometimes when we talk on air, it's not about criticism. It's actually about looking at the reality and then looking at what truly it is. The reality here and now is that there are funds allocated, and then there are also monies that are deficit. But the major problem is, have you seen the food?
The quality.
The quality of food.
The budget does not match the reality on ground.
It doesn't. Have you seen the military beans? Sometimes, if we brought the prisoners out now to stand here and talk about their experiences, how they have to even pay from their pocket to eat the good food. They have what they call good food, and then they have the regular one. What is going on?
I mean, it's embarrassing when we talk about the number of people awaiting trial in Nigeria. I think it's also an indictment on our justice system and how very unfair, we have handled it. And I mean, there's so many layers to uncover. I'll probably treat that story as a top story. Well, let's see what Nigerians are saying on X. You can drop your comments on YouTube as well. On X, for beans where them go add stone, make it for many. Chai, Fresh Kiddo asks. Umar Yahaya says, train them and give them guns to fight bandits. Wow. The next tweet, as if anything will change, they will all keep getting half-cooked beans and dry bread. Next tweet, what about compensation to the families of the tragic occurrence in Kwara? Or are they forgotten?
Wrong room.
Wrong room, actually. Watery beans for 14 billion? Okay, And do we have any other tweets? Okay, I think that is
another thing we could do is, it's 91,000 inmates. 91,000, and they said the average budget is about just slightly over 1,000 naira.
On this show, we have had people who have been to prison, who have recounted their ordeal.
What can 1,000 naira?
They stand. They are not able to sleep. All of them are standing like
sardines. And then it's sad that the capital component of the capital expenditure component of the budget is not, it fails in terms of allocation given them, because they need to expand prison facilities. It's the capital projects that will improve facilities, that will make it a real correctional center. So it's very unfortunate that the government isn't fulfilling its responsibilities in that. And like Olive rightly highlighted, we need to do something about our criminal justice system. The percentage, over 64% of inmates awaiting trial is gross injustice. And we need to really act on it and do something about it and decongest our prisons and also build more modern facilities. Some of the prisons that we have been built since colonial times. That's why any time there's a heavy rain in Kogi and different parts of the country, we always have jailbreak incidents year on year. So let's do something about it.
Absolutely.